A shitty wizard appears while you're going about your day. He asks you some questions and won't let you run away. Would you rather have a finger growing out of your cheek or have no skin on the bottom of your feet? Would you rather have laser vision or turn invisible? Now make a decision. Shitty wizard flying through the air. Shitty wizard magic everywhere. Shitty wizard you just can't compare. Shitty wizard learning to care.
When life's got you down and you're also a little bit thirsty, grab yourself a good old Coke Zero. Put a little whiskey in it. This is not a paid ad.
This episode is not sponsored by Coca-Cola.
But this is what it would sound like if it was.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, Coca-Cola executives, hook us up.
If you're listening, we could all be cracking a cold can of ice cold Coke Zero.
How wild would it be if some manager at the Coca-Cola Incorporated? What's the company
I
called?
think it's Coca-Cola Inc.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola Inc. Somewhere out there there's a secret fan who's just at his desk being like, how can I make Coke even more addictive? But also, would I rather
Get a known quantity to advertise our product or get the shitty wizards to do it?
with all of their 42 followers? I'm not on you guys. You 42 are so precious. You're worth 10 apiece, at least. Speaking of which, welcome to Shitty Wizard!
Welcome to Streamy Dreams with the Shitty Wizard.
That one.
Yes. We know how to do this job by now. I'm your shitty host, Caitlin, and I'm joined, as always, by Laurel.
Who's constantly fucking it up.
And Adam.
Yo, yo, yo.
So, which one of you came prepared today? Who did their homework?
Rock, paper, scissors.
No, just go first. I don't care.
Okay. So, this is where I, spring a new idea on us mid-live stream so that you can't argue with me about it later.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It's a power move, I see.
Mostly it's that I thought about this 20 minutes ago, but I think it would be a really fun idea.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, so this is the sample version. It's still just like regular Would You Rather, but each time we answer, we'll do a little poll at the end, or we'll get people to be like, okay, pick one, and whichever one picks the most, that goes to the next step in what is a Would You Rather narrative.
Oh.
Ooh.
Also, it's like an elimination round.
Oh, I guess so.
Okay.
Wait, how is it elimination?
Because you eliminate one Would You Rather and then you carry it over.
Yes. So you're picking. It's like a choose your own adventure Would You Rather style.
Ooh. I'm
so
excited.
So I only thought about this one 20 minutes ago. I do have this one's like a 3-parter, but I'm thinking of making this like a longer narrative.
Okay.
Might be good to get some actual writers involved.
No, it's all off the dome. This
There
is
are-
pure improv.
There are 2 people in this room that have worked on scripts for Super Science Friends, so you could argue that we have actual writers in the room.
Actually, there's 3 of us. We all have.
I haven't worked on a script for...
You haven't?
No.
I think
Not for Super Science Friends, but you've done script work.
No.
Really?
I've
I
never
thought I
written a
knew you,
script.
Adam. I thought I knew you!
What the fuck do you think I do here?
I don't know anymore. I don't talk to anybody.
Oh, wait a minute. Shit, I did write a script a long time ago. It just never got used.
There you go. You're a writer. That counts. That probably counts more than anything.
Yeah,
because
because-
most writers write stuff that never gets seen.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a solid fucking point you just used. Fair enough.
Okay, Laurel, lay on this 3-part Would You Rather.
Alright, so part 1.
Uh-huh.
You got a wild party.
Okay.
You get crazy drunk. You're sloppy. You're at and there's this guy he's having a party at his folks' place. Grandpa's asleep upstairs. Not a big deal. You get a little crazy. You steal Grandpa's dentures. And you're wearing them around, you're being funny, whatever. You accidentally take them home. He's got a spare. It's fine.
There's a lot of setup for this, sir. I'm looking forward to where it's
Wait, sorry,
going.
not Grandpa. Sorry, your friend has fake teeth. Just don't ask questions. Look,
I'm friends with Grandpa. It's fine.
he's old, but he's not not that old, but he's just old enough that he's got fake teeth. He lost them in a fight.
He did a lot
Anyway,
of math
you took
in
them,
his- in
but he
his
had a
youth.
spare for a while. But then, you start to forget that you took the dentures or whatever, and eventually you wind up giving them to your grandma. But then your grandma dies and gets buried. Okay, you following me?
So grandma has stolen dentures.
I
Is she
like-
buried
Grandma
with them?
has the stolen dentures. She is dead and buried
With the
those
okay.
dentures.
They buried her with the dentures. Gotcha.
Now your friend comes a calling. He rings you up. He doesn't even use Messenger. He calls you on the phone like an asshole.
I hate this guy already.
And he goes like, look, sorry, look. Look here, friend. You took my dentures. I know you did. I've got video footage from that party. And look, I've got a big show. I'm going on tour doing this big comedy act. I made it big. But I can't go on stage like this. I can barely articulate. And so he makes a deal with you. Either you gotta get... He doesn't know what happened to those dentures, but either you get him those dentures back by the weekend. Let's say it's Wednesday. By Friday, you gotta get your friend these dentures. If you don't, you have to do a show in his place. You are totally unprepared.
Oh.
You'll have just enough bullet points to get you through, but this is like big. You're in front of a huge audience and you're gonna have to... You can't fuck this up for him.
This is like stand-up?
It's like stand-up comedy act.
Like how basically the first rule of this is don't poke holes in it because it's ripe for hole poking.
Yeah, I know. Look. I know.
Oh my
I know.
God.
I know.
Why can't I buy him a new pair of dentures? Why?
You would never. You can't just. You'd have to get them fitted. You couldn't do that in 2 days.
You'd be surprised how
Like
fast things.
express denture
Yeah.
fitting?
I don't think. Not in 2 days.
Yes.
I don't think so.
I'm not saying it would be cheap, but at the same time, it's like if this fucking apparently 80-year-old hilarious man that I'm friends with.
Somehow. Like,
He
how do I
ju-
know
this,
this man?
this is his big break. He was working up at it when you knew him, but then this is his chance
Okay.
to
maybe,
make it big.
Maybe the dentures are like his lucky dentures.
There's lucky
So
dentures.
he needs them to go on stage because otherwise he's not going to be funny.
Yeah. And they're like really nicely custom fit and they're just like the guy who makes them is out of town. Look, there's just
No.
Well, the guy who's got it on profile is out of town.
The grandma made the dentures and then she died.
Yeah.
Sure.
What's the fucking time frame of this?
What? 2 days?
No, but I mean, like, so you go to the party, you steal the dentures, you give them to your grandma dies, she gets buried. It takes like a month to put
Yeah,
a
it's been
corpse
like
in
a
the
couple
ground.
months. He's been using just like shitty spares. He's been down for a while.
Right. But
And
now
he's
he
been
needs-
looking for it this whole time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Facebook did that like, hey, remember that time you had a party, Throwback Thursday? Somebody posted like a Throwback Thursday and it was at the party and he goes, oh, you have the dentures, and he saw you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. And the grandma made the dentures and she's dead now, so she can't make a new pair of dentures.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very, very important dentures and he needs them because his whole routine is hinged on his love for his grandmother.
And so it's his grandmother.
Yeah,
Well,
you-
your grandmother didn't make your friend his dentures. Your friend has a dead
I'm
wife
so confused.
who made him those dentures.
So confused.
I'm
Okay.
so
Okay.
confused.
So basically the crux of it is that we've either got to
Dig up
exhume
grandma. Yeah.
or we
Get
got
those
to
dentures.
do
Or you
a
gotta do the show.
improv comedy set.
Well, so I've always low-key wanted to try stand-up, so I'll just do his stand-up gig for him, and if he's like, hey, you bombed and ruined my one shot, my response would be, well, if your whole fucking act revolves around a pair of fucking dentures, you stupid piece of shit.
He can't talk.
No, let me finish. You dumb fuck. Then you should have kept them somewhere safe and not let a bunch of drunks run through your fucking home. You absolute...
I need to take this to the chat. How quickly can you get a new pair of fitted dentures?
Okay, chat, don't fail us now. One of you
Because I'm
has
guessing
to be
it's
a
not
dentist.
2 days. I'm pretty sure you can't get a pair of dentures cast and shipped to you in 2 days.
Like, do you honestly think for a second that fucking Carrot Top just leaves his props lying around so that any dipshit can just fuck with them?
Well, it's just the idea is that he can't talk properly. He can't articulate without teeth.
Even more of a reason for him to have backups, or if you talk for a living and you need dentures to talk, you should have more than one
He
pair
had a
of...
spare and they broke. It's not really that big big of a deal.
No, it is a big deal. Fuck him. This is on him. I'm doing a stand-up bit, and if I kill, I'm...
It's called Yes and, Adam. Can you work with me for a second?
I am working with you.
How about fixing the problem instead of tearing it apart?
I am yes-anding you. I'm playing in the playground you've set up for me. Fuck this guy. I'm taking his job.
Okay, there is a third option, kind of. If
Well,
you
no,
fuck
save
up
it, save it.
Oh.
The chat says it takes a week to get a pair of dentures fitted.
Fitted. Don't get
Fitted.
fitted ones.
Well, it's still gonna be sloppy. Like, he's supposed to be doing, like, he's public speaking. You want a pair of fitted dentures. You don't want just some, like, placeholder teeth. Also, he's nervous. He doesn't want to have to be worrying about, like, his rattly ass teeth.
I don't know why I'm mad at this fictional man all of a
Can
sudden.
we please give him a name? What are we gonna call him?
Phil.
Phil. Fucking Phil.
Fuck
God
Phil.
damn it, Phil.
Fuck Phil. I'm doing his stand-up, and if I kill, I'm stealing his fucking shot, and if I bomb, then fuck him. He should have kept better care of his shit.
Is he gonna give you his notes for his stand-up set, or are you just going in totally unprepared?
He's gonna give you the notes, but he can't, like, run you through it. You have to, there's a lot of, like, interpreting on your part.
Right.
Also, okay, so for Adam, it's Phil. Actually, for all of us, it's Phil. But they weirdly look like us. Whoever,
Oh,
like,
okay,
in your
okay.
universe of this, they look enough like you that you can pretend to be them.
Imagine, like, going up on stage and all of his notes are just like, aren't umbrellas funny? And you're like, what? That's not even a joke. Phil, what the fuck?
If it's bad, you're fucked, and if it goes good, then you're helping an asshole.
Right, yeah.
Are we good? There is a spinny thing on the screen.
Oh, I think it dropped out, but it seems to be okay now.
Can
Oh.
you hear us?
Sorry for the dropout, guys.
Internet. Anyway, so we've named the man Phil, and I hate him.
Everybody
So I'm
hates Phil.
stealing his fucking stand-up career.
Or you could just dig up Grandma.
No, I'm not digging up my dead grandma.
Do you know how hard
Rattle
you
around
would
in
have
that
to-
mouth of hers for
Yeah,
those teeth.
you would have to break open her jaw because they wire the jaw shut when they like.
You could cut them.
Right.
Bring supplies.
I was just gonna punch her in
You're
the
gonna
face
do
until
the
her
job
jaw
right.
broke.
You'll break the
I go back with these broken dentures.
Be like, here you
Sorry,
go.
Phil. I didn't take any supplies with me when I exhumed my grandma.
You can bring a friend if you need help to dig up the body. Rope in whoever you need.
Okay.
If you got someone who's like particularly good at a dig-in, that
Like-
would be ideal.
I don't want to get sued by Phil the asshole, but also like I don't want to dig up a dead body. I feel like you would
Nobody
get.
wants to. Well, that's not true.
I feel like you're gonna get sued by the city or something if
Well,
you're digging up
if
dead
you get-
bodies.
There's
If
a
you-
good chance you won't get caught.
No, what the?
I don't like. I think
Grandma's buried in like backwater middle of nowhere.
okay. So now I'm driving out of town.
You do
dig
have
up-
to drive out of
Okay.
town. It's like a 1 hour, 45-minute drive.
No, I'm doing.
Oh no
fuck
way!
that.
I'm not
doing
leaving the city.
this. Yeah, I'm doing the stand-up.
But you have to do the full weekend. It's not just like one show.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'll get better.
Okay. Yeah,
Laurel-
well, that's true. You could take in
Laurel,
some notes.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever bombed on stage before?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't a performance, but I did like it was supposed to be like a Q&A type thing, and I totally froze up and like stopped talking.
But were you the only person on the stage?
No, somebody saved me.
So there you go.
Mm.
I've bombed on a stage of sorts before, and it's really not that bad. So I will go do that.
Oh, okay.
And
I
I
thought it
would-
was bad, and I did get saved.
I will say that my main concern is even less the material because delivery is such a big part of stand-up.
Hmm.
Are you familiar with John Mulaney?
Mm-hmm.
He's got good material, but his delivery pluses all of it so much. Because he kind of talks like an old-timey man, and it's really, so his timing is super sharp, and
Yeah, it could be fun.
so it could be a fun experiment to be like, well, I'm going to go up there, I'm going to bomb, I'm going to get sued by this dickhead.
But that sucks.
But I also have a reasonable argument to be like, it was a party, I was drunk, it was a mistake. And also you can't prove reasonably in court that this was my big break, because you could get discovered in a comedy club, or you could go on Conan and it not make a fucking difference, right? So it's just like, I feel like I have a reasonable argument in court if I do fail and get sued, and if I do well, fuck him, I'm taking his...
I think that Phil's day job is as a lawyer, which
Yeah.
is why he's so like gung ho to sue you.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
there's a lot of bad lawyers out there. That doesn't mean he's good.
I'll just hire it. I'll hire his rival.
Yeah.
At the law firm.
Also, if you do well, you'll still have to like come up with your own new material after that point. You can't just keep using his.
Right.
Well,
Because he's got it like written down. And
but
shit.
if his notes aren't umbrellas funny, that's not really stealing material. If I make up a new joke on the spot about fucking umbrellas.
Oh, you're just gonna go rogue with the axe.
Right.
Well, it depends, because you said his notes might not necessarily be like verbatim the joke.
Yeah, no, that's a good
So
point.
if I'm interpreting a bit about umbrellas, and I fucking spit fire hotter than he does,
Yeah,
honestly,
that's a plan.
you've crafted a man that I hate, so I just want to hurt Phil at this point.
Yeah, I hate Phil. I really want to do like the worst by
Hurt
him.
Phil campaign.
Like, yeah. My goal is less...
Fuck Phil.
Yeah, my goal at this point is how can I fuck Phil over as hard as possible?
Alright.
I would do like a Zach Galifianakis set where I would just like get on stage and like read passages from fucking Anne of Green Gables or something.
And then when somebody starts talking in the crowd trying to figure out what's going on, you just scream at them.
Yeah, just like berate them. Are we having fun, everyone?
You just find one person in the audience to just dig into. You just ruin their night. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, so otherwise I'll leave it to the chat and we'll see what the popular answer is. And
Okay, chat. Are you going to do Phil's stand-up set, or are you going to dig up your grandma to save Phil?
Mhm.
So is there a second part to this?
depending on what the people choose.
Okay, we'll do an interim Would You Rather while the chat gets back to us.
Oh no, this will be like next week, so it's like a weekly
Oh,
installment. Yeah,
serialized.
Yeah.
Oh, the drama.
Ooh,
of
the drill. Yeah. Also, come up with a cool name.
Yeah.
The Chronicle of Phil.
The Chronicle of Phil the Asshole. I might have to tweak the part 2 to make Phil like into a villain. Into like a reoccurring, just like mustachio twirling, being like, ah.
I picture Phil as like this like bald middle-aged man. Like the least funny looking
He's
person
supposed
you
to
could
look like
imagine.
you.
Oh, right!
A bald, middle-aged Caitlin.
A bald middle-aged Caitlin, like slightly
Yeah.
fatter than me, but like wears the same clothes, so it's
Yeah.
very unflattering. I fucking hate Phil.
I like how that made you hate him more.
Like, stop stealing my style, Phil. It doesn't work on you.
Yeah, you have to understand, too, I keep picturing this dude, and I get that he looks like me, but I just keep picturing him as this dude who thinks he's the next Dave Chappelle or something, but is also painfully unfunny. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just, ugh. I
Nobody
just
likes
hate him
Phil.
so much.
Yeah. You've crafted the most hateable person in
I didn't
the
even have to
universe.
try
You didn't
very
even
hard.
try.
Yeah, we just filled it in with stuff that we don't
I
like.
was gonna say, all I said about him was that he did call you on the phone.
Oh,
He
just
did do that.
I don't care about that.
That was his bad.
unforgivable.
But then the only other thing he did was be like, "Get me back my No, he did threaten to sue you. Yeah, he's an asshole.
He's an asshole. What kind of asshole calls people on the phone and then threatens to sue them? Just the worst kind of person.
People who you've stolen from. They usually call you on the phone being like, "Hey, you took my shit."
I'm a lovable scallywag. How can you be mad about that?
He did use soft tones. Like he wasn't super. He was stern but calm. He was like, "Look, I know what you did, but you gotta fix this, or I'm gonna have to take legal action."
Oh, Phil, I hate you.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. I don't understand, and I realize this is not yes-anding you, but now I'm questioning this fictional man's logic.
Uh-oh.
I don't understand how he could think me doing his job for him is fixing the problem.
He's not well.
Because,
I don't
because
know.
that's the thing. If I go up there and I crush, this isn't his big break. This is my big break.
But you look like him. He's having you like impersonate him.
Right.
Like the title of the show is still Phil.
Just in big,
It's called
lit up like letters behind you.
It's called Fill in the Blanks. And it's all about guns that shoot nothing.
I don't think you understand how stand-up comedy works.
It's all about his his inability to ejaculate.
It's a lot of self-deprecating humor about how he can't get he couldn't get his dead wife pregnant.
Because she was dead.
Well.
See, I can crush on stage with him. I'll just steal his joke.
Alright, well that's mine.
Okay.
Your turn.
That was
Fuck
fun.
Phil, man.
Fuck Phil.
What was my question? I don't even remember. Oh, I've been thinking a lot about aging for literally no reason whatsoever. So my would you rather is, would you rather, and keep in mind that this is, I'm going to refer to you as in you now. So would you rather be Laurel stuck in 10-year-old Laurel's body for the rest of your existence, or would you rather be Laurel stuck in like a 75 to 80-year-old Laurel's body for the rest of your existence? And this is not just you're viewed as this age, so people will treat you as a 10-year-old or as like an 80-year-old.
Right. I think there was some other universe where it was like you were an adult brain in a child body, and I couldn't help thinking, being like, you could get away with so much shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people would try to like control you and like obviously send you to, like if you didn't have parents, they would. Where did they send kids without parents?
Orphanages?
Do they still have those, or is it something else?
I mean, I think either one would really disrupt your fucking life. And I just remembered why I was thinking about this. It's because Tilda Swinton played an old man in the new Suspiria movie.
Right.
What are the benefits? Like, it's one thing for people to just perceive you as an elderly, but to actually like live,
Be treated as one, whether you want to or not. And you can't convince people that you're not an 80-year-old, even though it's just you and an 80-year-old.
Well, also you're in the body of an 80-year-old. Like, I'm sure some 80-year-olds are doing just great, but by the time I'm 80, I'm probably going to be in pretty rough shape.
Yeah. I'm like not taking care of this temple at all. It's falling to ruin.
It's like my knees are just dust.
That's what you get for being an athlete.
Yeah, you're gonna be in a wheelchair.
That's
Like, I can deal with that for like 80 to 90. I can't deal with that from like 30 to 80. or 90.
For real, I don't understand the sports thing.
What? Like, why they're fun?
Well, I get why they're fun. It's just my brother's a personal trainer and he played football. You play a ton of soccer. I know other people that are athletes and have been for a long period of time. And it's one thing that I know about people that play sports consistently is that your knees are just gone by the time you're in your 30s or 40s.
Actually, my knees are actually fine.
You said before that they were dust.
Well, I mean, by the time I'm 80, they will be dust.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, I mean, I definitely, I'd say like close to half of the people I play with have like chronic injuries that are like more likely to reoccur and things like that. But I mean, what's the alternative? Just like don't, like everything you do that you enjoy and are passionate about is killing you in some way or
That's
another.
true.
Like your day job is killing you, is destroying your spine or whatever.
I mean, that's
Your
solid.
excessive drinking, Adam.
Excessive?
Yeah. Like alcohol is literal poison and most people are having their way with it. So
Yeah, fair enough.
people are pretty self-destructive.
I did finish asking that question and be like, you get sore for no reason now, dude. And it's like, I do that.
But, okay, what about if I go into 80-year-old Caitlin's body and then I take my 80-year-old body into the wastes and then I meet a handsome young magician and fall in love? I think it could really work out for me.
Wait, I'm so confused.
Yeah,
You're an 80-year-old woman whose boyfriend is a magician.
Have you never seen House Moving Castle?
No. No, I have not.
Okay, I get
the plot of that movie.
Yeah, I get it now. That's true, that's exactly what happens. But he's also a prince. He's not just like a magician.
How wasn't a prince?
I thought he was.
Maybe he was. I don't know. That movie's confusing.
I'm a little bit. Also, she kind of like ages and then ages back and then like
Because the magic of love.
makes you young again?
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
It's true.
I think it's the opposite. Have you seen people with kids?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with 10-year-old Caitlin.
Yeah, because at least, like, people are gonna kind of, like, treat you sort of shitty either way.
Yeah.
At least you have the youth and energy of a
I'm
child.
gonna be able to do handstands again. It's
Woohoo!
gonna be the best.
Yeah, but you won't be able to do any of the fun stuff that grown-ups get to do.
Oh well.
But you're also
I'll
way
take
smarter than you were at 10, so you could probably figure some shit out.
Yeah, I'll just be a plucky young orphan.
Yeah. I'll still use, like, I still got a debit card. I'll just, like, so I wake up in my 10-year-old body, I immediately call my bosses, and I'm gonna have to start working from home. Or sorry, I'm gonna have to start working from home for forever now. I have a terrible disease.
Matt's gonna have to pretend that you're his daughter.
Oh no! I didn't even think about that.
See, you know how I said there's a lot of stuff that you can do as a grown-up that you can't do as a 10-year-old? Guess
I mean, it's not that you can't.
It's not that you can. You just really, really shouldn't.
What? Yeah. What are the like implications behind that? Because I am still an adult.
You're like pre-puberty in that body too, so you don't get like your period or anything.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like pre all of that shit, so you won't even have a sex drive.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
it's like you don't even have those hormones yet.
Oh dang.
Just scratch
Yeah.
that off the list.
I mean, I guess I'd probably just be like, look, Matt, you get to have side pieces now, but you still have to like live with me and take care of it. You have to be my dad now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you don't
Are
get
you
out of this
assuming-
relationship just because I'm 10.
Are you assuming that he would be okay with all of this? Because I don't know him as well as you do, but I have if I were Matt, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my house, little kid. I'm not okay with any of this.
Nah, Matt's pretty attached.
Like,
I think he would stay
In
with
either
me.
case, he's gonna have to pretend that you're either his grandma or his daughter.
I think he would just be like, Laurel died. By the way, she had a secret baby, and this is her.
Right.
And now I'm raising my daughter, and I'm sad and alone.
Who will never grow up.
Who will never grow up.
Who's also a vampire.
That's the thing, is like, maybe it would be good to keep me around, because like, when he's old, I can take care of him.
As a 10-year-old.
As
yeah.
a 10-year-old.
Maybe.
Well, no, I can wait.
Surprising no one, I'm picking the old man because I'm already mostly there. I'm already an old man in a 30-year-old's body now, so
Oh no.
you mean I get to sit around and drink and complain all day?
Well, and
Hell yeah!
there is an upside to that where it's like, you kind of get to do whatever you want and no one really gets to berate you about it.
Nobody will ask me to help them move their couch ever again.
No one will ask you for shit,
Yeah.
except for like little kids might ask you for candy, but that's about it.
And I'll
It'll
carry
be us.
I'll carry around
Yeah.
I'll play the old man part really well. I'll carry around the fucking worst candies.
Yes,
Like-
it's got to be like butterscotches. Or
No,
like,
I-
what are those-
Butterscotch is good!
Yeah, butterscotch
what are
is
those
good.
originals or whatever.
I was gonna say, the black licorice is covered in salt.
Oh, the like Dutch
Yeah.
licorice.
The Dutch licorice.
Oh, old man Adam, what an asshole.
Hey.
We would egg your house.
We would egg your
Joke's
house.
on you, I don't have one.
We'd egg your trip.
You live in a retirement village.
I would still have my apartment.
Oh, right.
You just you egg my apartment building, and then my poor super will be like, "Oh man,
We'll just put eggs in your bed.
how are you getting into my apartment?"
We're 10-year-olds.
We're
We're all
selling cookies.
Yeah.
Which
We're
means
all
you'll knock on my
nimbly-bimbly.
door, and I'll answer it. And I'll be like, "Get out of here, you little fucking whippersnappers!"
But
Also,
their
I know it's
soft
you.
Bones and energetic little bodies will just scale the side of the building and crawl in your window.
Like a spider.
Yeah.
You'll just.
That was something I could definitely do when I was 10 years old.
That was something I could do when I was 10. I miss my youth.
When I was a spider person.
When I was a spider child. I was a big fan of just climbing shit.
Yeah, I used to climb trees a lot, and then one time I was like climbing a tree, and my cousin was like, "You look like a monkey," and I never climbed a tree ever again.
Caitlin, stop letting your family shame you into like not being your
Caitlin,
truest self.
It's too late.
I
It's too late.
I demand you go outside and climb that tree right now.
Yeah, you have to. He's your senior now. You have to. I mean, I guess he always was, but now he's like your senior. So
Right,
you
I have to
listen him.
respect my elders.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't climb that tree.
And that's the other thing. If you're both little kids and I'm an old man, nobody's ever gonna believe you over me.
Adam, would you adopt us?
Fuck no!
What? Are you kidding
I do not want Adam to be my dad. No offense, Adam.
No. If it makes you feel any better, I'm on the exact same page
Yeah,
as you are.
I think we can both agree that this would be a bad.
It would just be a lot of me quietly sighing and saying "fuck" under my breath.
Yeah.
So just like my real parents.
Well, I mean,
they just
Caitlin's all for this.
they just look at you and shake their head like fuck.
I guess the only benefit to me being your guardian in this instance would be I would know that you were a fully grown adult in a kid's body. So if you're like, "Hey, can I get drunk?" I wouldn't say no.
Yeah,
Oh.
it would only take one beer.
It also, like, I wouldn't mind like making an arrangement where it's like, can you just adopt me on paper so that people don't come and take me? You know what I mean? Like, can I just say that your address is my address? I won't actually live there, but...
Okay. So we could all have this elaborate lie together.
Say that I'm homeschooled. I will pass any test they give me. I definitely have at least the understanding of a 10-year-old.
Like, does that mean we're gonna have to move cities every few years because it's like you're supposed to be aging out of the education system?
Yeah, eventually. Right, I still have proof of that I like graduated high school.
Right.
I just look like a 10-year-old.
Yeah, but everybody would just assume that it's fake.
Yeah.
Because you're 10 and nobody believes 10-year-olds.
But eventually, like, people around me are gonna start to know.
No,
like,
nobody notices that you're not aging.
Oh, it's like tricky magic stuff?
Yeah, tricky magic garbage.
Oh, okay.
So then you basically are, like, like, every year people are like, time to start grade 6?
6?
Yeah.
I think
So
that's
maybe this would actually work because that way you have the youthful 10-year-old body so you can do shit that I couldn't in my 80-year-old body if I was like, hey, like, I'll get you booze and cigarettes and you know, anything that a 10-year-old can't.
I saw smoking in my 10-year-old body. Like, why not?
Have you ever seen a little kid smoke? It's both disturbing and hilarious at the same time.
Oh, God. That's surreal.
But yeah, and then I'd be like, I can't move anything. Could you move this couch for me?
Yeah, we just move your furniture, and I guess we do, like, your shopping or whatever.
Yeah.
We'd get you your pills.
You're like,
Which I wouldn't need because I'm not actually 80, so my body's not actually failing. It's just old and achy.
Oh, I thought you were.
Yeah,
80.
I assumed you
I would still live to like an actual 80-year-old age.
Yeah, but I mean, you would still, like, you might still have...
Not all 80-year-olds.
You might need, like, blood pressure pills.
Oh, fair enough.
like diabetes.
Get me my pills. Blood pressure meds? No, Molly. Nobody's gonna stop me from doing drugs.
Then we just get on each other's shoulders so we can reach the high coverage.
How many times are we gonna like one person on the other person's shoulders with a giant trench coat so we can get
Daily.
Daily.
Every day.
Suddenly we only want to see porn movies that play at cinemas.
Even though we don't have sex drives anymore.
You want the thrill of trying to get into an R-rated movie. You don't actually want to watch them. You just want to see if you can get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're just here to study. We're actually here to critique. We're like giving reviews on Yelp, being like,
Performance could have been more enthusiastic. I really wasn't buying it.
You just become 10-year-old movie critic.
Yeah. I'd get a job. Why not? All the other 10-year-olds got one now.
Okay. I'm going to take it to the chat.
Okay.
Cool.
Bryce Davis asks, would you rather have no elbows or no knees?
Fuck.
Both sound like a waking nightmare.
I could still walk without knees. I'd be really...
Could you?
Yeah, I could walk without bending my knees. It wouldn't be good. It would be bad.
Have you ever seen King of the Hill?
Yeah, you'd be like...
Cotton?
Yeah.
He walks. He can't bend his legs, but he can still walk.
Right.
Yeah, you kind of like lift your hips and sort of
So you can't like bend your legs at all without knees. They would just be like planks.
Yeah. So you couldn't really run, but you could
sit down either though.
No, you gotta kind of stick them straight up.
Oh.
But I sort of do that anyway. Well, I put like my feet on a footrest.
Both sound unpleasant, but I rely on being able to use my arms to make a living.
Right. Because I imagine like an arm without an elbow is just like where it hinges, it's just kind of loose, so it's just swinging backwards and forwards.
Oh, I was
And that's
thinking they
kind
were
of
like stiff.
No, I was kind of thinking that with the legs too. Like you couldn't walk because where your knees would be, it's just like
So they like bend backwards
just
into
bend
the side
backwards.
and shit.
No,
Oh, so
that's
it's just the knees just disappear. It's not like they get fused.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I definitely view it as instead of having, you know...
You have one long femur.
You have just one long femur or one long tibia.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are bones,
What a
if you didn't
hellscape.
know.
Jesus Christ.
I actually think having one large bone from your shoulder to your wrist or your hip to your foot would be worse than them just like flopping around. Because you could manage a floppy limb.
You can manage a floppy limb.
We are 10-year-olds.
See, I never should have asked that Asian question. 'Cause I already knew. I already should have known what you would have
He
picked.
said floppy limb.
That's like a wiener.
probability of you breaking it too is probably really high.
Probably a lot higher, yeah.
Because it's just one long bone instead of a bunch of mishmash mechanical bits.
Yeah. But I guess I would go for the knees.
Well, wait, did we decide which way it goes? Is it the flippy floppy version?
Because the question asker can't explain.
Right. So we just pick.
Yeah, I think it's worse if it's just one long unbendable appendage, so that's what I'm going with.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, then I would rather have the one like the no knees, because one, you can still walk, and two, I really need elbows to do my job.
Yeah.
And I'm not good at anything else, so I can't just change my career.
Yeah, we're not runners for a living.
Well, yeah.
We're not dog walkers. Yet.
Mm.
And then if I ever age out of this job or whatever, or Brett just gets sick of me, I can just go get a job at like a call center or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely use my arms way more than my legs on average.
Definitely.
So I gotta keep them bows.
Yeah, getting rid of my knees. Sorry, knees.
Mm-hmm. I do like having knees.
In my case, though, it's the floppy limb, because that's what I imagined it would be. So I'm flopping around.
I don't even know if that would change it for me. I can't draw with floppy arms.
You can't draw with floppy arms.
Yeah. I think this question is the worst for you because you wouldn't be able to play soccer anymore.
Yeah, I'd be fucking bummed. I'd just take up water polo or something.
You should get one of those like Olympic wheelchairs, so you can play like wheelchair soccer.
That's the thing, is that's the one sport that doesn't translate. Like, you can do that with basketball, you can do that with
baseball. They don't play wheelchair soccer? I'm pretty sure
you have to use your feet! Like, there's no hand action in soccer! You can use your head, but...
I didn't even think about that.
It's not about not being able to run, it's like, you need to be able to kick.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Unless you just, run your wheelchair into the wall and kind of push it around.
You just put one giant shoe on the front of your wheelchair.
Everyone would hate playing with me because no one's going to go after the girl in the wheelchair who took the ball. I could be like a sick goalie, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there is a way to do it. If anyone knows someone who plays soccer in a wheelchair, let me know. Send me a picture.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm positive that somebody's figured it out.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I'm right, but I'm also, the ingenuity of the human mind is fucking bottomless. So.
Terrain would matter though, because you're not on, you're on turf.
Well, what if you played on AstroTurf or something though?
Well, I could, but I'd have to find a group that play.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to play with the people I play with now.
I can't remember. I saw footage of, I think it was either wheelchair rugby or wheelchair football or something, and it seems way earlier than normal, the version of it, because watching a bunch of dudes in wheelchairs slam into each other legitimately terrifies me. In the footage, you would see them and I would get that tinge of fear when you see somebody almost get into a car accident.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm almost more I'm more impressed by.
And if you're the type that can't feel your legs, you might accidentally crush one of your legs and not know it.
Yeah.
Right.
They're hard sons of bitches.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Fuck, you just run into each other like a couple of meatbags? I'm getting into car accidents on the regular, motherfucker.
Half man, half machine.
I am half machine.
Okay, one more?
Yeah, why not?
Tuffy Appy asks, would you rather travel into books and change the world as you see fit, or travel into movies and change the world as you see fit?
What do they mean by change the world inside the book?
I guess so, yeah.
Then why pick a book if you can change it as you see fit?
Yeah, would you just be words at that point, or would it just?
No, yeah.
Or is it specifically you prefer the worlds woven in a book over the worlds woven in a movie?
Right, because most movies are just based on books anyway.
A lot of the times, yeah.
And I'm just confused by the point of changing it as you see fit. To me, says you have ungodly powers to make this world however you want to make it. So then, what does it matter which one you pick?
Yeah.
And then also, would you rather go into the world of a movie and change it because you think a movie would be better a different way, Like, is that...
Oh, so you're like jumping in,
Maybe.
changing the book or movie, and then jumping back out.
Yeah, so if you ever
right.
sat there and watched the movie and been like, this would be so much better if they just made this one little change, or
Oh, in that case, I would rather movie, because I find that, like, I get that feeling a lot more with movies than I do with books.
Yeah, same.
Well, I think it's because of the format, right? And because a lot of movies are based on books, they're taking the plot that would usually be in a book, cutting it down, and then putting it back together as a movie.
And it's never going to hold together as well.
It never really translates.
We're also in a position where we are essentially filmmakers.
Yeah, so we're a little more used to...
So we understand the language and how the sausage is made. So, I mean, to be honest, I really don't watch a lot of TV or movies anymore because I can't turn that part of my brain off.
Yeah.
And, you know, an example being, you know, what is it? Love, Death, and Robots, the series of shorts that came out recently. A lot of people seem to be enjoying them. I'm super not, because I'm just sitting there going, like, there's no story, there's no character, nothing is happening, none of this is interesting, the visuals are nice, but who cares? You know what I mean? Like, my critical brain that I would have at work is on, so I can't just sit there and enjoy the quote-unquote show. I'm just sitting there going, these are all the things that are wrong with it and should be changed, and why they should be changed, and how it would be better if it were changed. So, because I'm super fun. I'm just the most fun person.
No, but I get what you mean. It's really hard for me to not walk out of a movie going like, okay, here's what they did right, and here's what they did wrong.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, that's the thing, right? A good example of a movie that is successful for me is the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, because not only do I think it's exceptionally well made with my critical brain on, but it distracted me enough that turned off. And to me, that's the most successful a movie can be. If you can make me forget about how this shit is made, it immediately, like, good or bad, to me this is a success.
Totally.
So I would definitely go with movies, because then I would be able to be the most insufferable piece of shit in the world and go in and change everything.
Every movie is just going to be how Adam likes it.
Yeah.
All the fucking Lord of the Rings movie would be a movie.
Yeah. I would give that one 2 movies. Hobbit should have been like a 1 hour.
The Hobbit should have been 1 movie. Yeah. There was no reason to make it 3. That was ridiculous.
Lord of the Rings could have been 3 2-hour movies.
Yeah.
Instead of 3
like
4-hour movies.
But could you imagine, though, if your ability to go into the change of the movie, you would just not change the movies you love, you would just have a front row seat to them? You know, somebody's sitting there watching John Wick, and they're panning over this really stylish bar, and you just see me in the background eating popcorn, staring at Keanu Reeves, going like, this shit about to get nuts. And some guy in the club's like,
spoiling.
Yeah, to the people in the movie that are characters. So
Guess who's about to die?
It's like, yo, this motherfucker about to wild out and shoot everybody, and somebody's in the club and just goes, wait, what are you talking about? This sounds awful. Be like, no, it's gonna be ill. Watch.
Yeah.
And then, so you just see me eating popcorn and one kind of background guy freaking out, like, should I leave? I gotta go call my mom. Like, what's happening? And I was like, oh, Keanu Reeves about to wild out, motherfucker. Woo!
I'd probably have just, like, a run of going to movies and just changing every ending to be like, and then aliens showed up and blasted.
It was all a dream.
Yeah. I would just spend like a full day at the theater just making sure every movie ended that way.
Yeah. And then all the characters that you hated in movies that never got their comeuppance could get their comeuppance.
Yes, that would be great.
And it's cool because you could like change it and then change it back and then change it into something else. That'd be fun. Whereas like a book is such an investment to read.
Right.
If you're gonna change something, it's got to be something where it's like there's more weight to it. It's like this change needed to happen.
Yeah, and it's like, I feel like with a book, if I am reading a book and I don't like it, I'm not gonna like sit there and keep reading it.
Right.
Whereas like a movie, it's like, well, I know there's like 20 minutes left. I may as well just sit here and like get through it. Or I'm at a cinema and it's like, I'm not gonna walk out because I'm not a fucking drama queen.
Yeah. Plus, it's unless it's like children's books, but you keep changing them so that like Spot the dog gets run over by a car or like brutally murdered. He gets into drugs.
Yeah, but you could traumatize children through
movies.
like
That's true.
The original
true, yeah,
Aladdin.
that's true.
He doesn't make it out of the cave. And it just ends.
Jafar succeeds.
Yeah, he doesn't make it out of the cave. Jafar gets the lamp.
Yeah.
That's it.
And everything he's ever wanted, and just becomes a happy I almost said Happy Hitler
Happy
in Germany.
Hitler.
Happy Hitler in Germany. The movie.
Ugh.
But yeah, the
I think-
equivalent of.
What kind of changes would I want to make to a movie?
I would do it for jokes. Like, I would do it for fun more than to, like, fix them.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's the main thing. I think it would probably just be more fun to be able to change movies
Yeah.
I think the most fun thing would be able to like go into the movie.
and just watch.
Just like fucking be in
like
there.
be a character in the
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
I wonder too if you'd be able to abuse that, right? Because if you go to a movie that's set with a bunch of rich assholes, and then there's a scene when they're having a really fancy meal at a fancy restaurant, you can just go in and have dinner at that fancy restaurant and then get out.
That's a really good point.
You could abuse that shit a lot more than I think in a book.
You could finally get that Lynx you wanted or whatever it was.
Sad,
like wild
sad
cat.
wild cat.
Just go in and pet a cat. Oh, that would be awesome.
You go in and...
Just go into Captain
Do you
Marvel,
know,
pet
do you know
the
what
cat,
I
and
would
then
do?
leave.
Do you know what I would do? Every single movie where the dog dies, I would go in and save the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, dog doesn't die anymore.
Dog doesn't die anymore.
This movie is instantly a hit.
No, you would like. There are some movies where the whole point of the movie is that the
I would
dog
ruin
dies.
John Wick for you because I would save that fucking dog. And then John Wick would never have to go on his killing spree.
Yeah, you'd
That
just be like, well,
that dog was cute as fuck.
it's just a
I
whole
unlike
movie of
you
him
to
watching TV with his dog, and you're like, what is this?
in a healthful manner, mourning his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, like going through the stages and like coming to terms with it and just getting better. He joins a knitting club. I don't know.
Oh, I want John Wick to be happy with his dog.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it.
I don't want to watch
Well,
it, but it
you
would be
don't
nice.
need to. Yeah. You just know in your heart that he's happy with his dog.
I would probably go into the pet cemetery and support the evil cat.
Yeah.
Because have you seen the promotional material for the new Pet Cemetery?
Mm-mm.
The cat that they have looks so awesome that I just love it. And I was like, I'm going to be rooting for this evil cat.
Maybe he wins.
Because I love cats. And then there's this Twitter account that I follow called Black Metal Cats, where it's really dope looking
I
cats
follow that one too.
with really dramatic quotes over it.
Cat
And the
is fun.
cat in the new Pet Cemetery looks like a black metal cat. I was like, I want the black metal cat to win. I want the black metal cat to win, though.
Maybe he will.
No, he won't.
Maybe he will.
Maybe.
It's not too late. You haven't seen it yet. Maybe this will be the one time.
Yeah, maybe if you took the book power, you could go into Stephen King's original Pet Cemetery book, change it so that the cat wins. So then the subsequent movie will be all about
or
Death
you
Metal
could just
Cat.
use the movie power and change the movie.
Yeah, I guess so. But
Why?
Again, the problem that you pointed at the beginning of the fucking question is they make most of the books movies.
yeah.
So if you pick movies, you basically get both.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
No.
But then people could always go back to the source material and be like,
Yeah, they changed
Death Metal Cat
it.
doesn't actually
It's
win.
like, look, they changed a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay, one more, and then I think we're done.
Okay.
Would you rather be born with an elephant trunk
Ooh.
or a giraffe neck? Asks Bryce Davis.
I would finally be tall. I would just walk out to like the front door, stick my head in the window, and be like, "Morning, guys."
I just picked. I very.
You'd be grazing on the leaves on the tree out
Yeah.
there.
I'd use it for peeping into people's windows, being like, "What?" I just lean in, like, "What are you up to?"
Yeah. I just picture you looking like the executor from the new Pokemon game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I still got my little body and just got my long neck with a head on top.
Your short little body with a giant neck.
I mean, it would be a living nightmare. I would have so much pain.
Yeah,
and it
you'd
would
never
be really
be able
hard
to get through
around.
a door again.
But it'd be worth it for the lols.
Long neck Laurel.
Long neck Laurel.
A strong breeze, your neck would snap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
how much-
I have a giraffe's neck, so they're pretty like
Yeah.
well reinforced.
They
I got
have
a
the
thick ass
muscles
neck.
yeah, they have the muscles to support the neck.
Would you be able to fight like a giraffe where they fucking whip their head in?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
You have to have the benefits of this as well as the negatives, so I would say absolutely. You would be able to headbutt the shit out of that ball at soccer.
Yeah. No one's getting past long neck Laurel.
I wholeheartedly support your long neck dreams.
Yeah, I agree.
I
want this for you.
Not only because I think it would improve the quality of your life, but because it would be fucking hilarious.
It would be. I'd wear so many scarves at once.
I love the idea of pictures, you being like Matt trying to take selfies with you, because it's just him and then your neck going out of frame.
Yeah.
How would you eat if you had a really long neck? Because you wouldn't be able to use your hands.
You would have to place the food on the table and then step back and then lean forward with your crazy.
I'd have to like lie down and just be like, chew girl!
Chew
There's
girl.
my chew girl!
Finally, chew girl.
Yeah, how would I wouldn't be able to like wash my face or shit. I'd have to just like dunk it in a tub and just be like,
yeah, like you wouldn't ever really be able to have a shower. You'd have to move into like a loft that has like really high ceilings, so you're not like just scraping your head.
About that. Yeah, how do I wash my neck? I
The hose.
Yeah, your tiny little arms like.
Oh, this is so good.
You're gonna have to get like a big long brush on a stick.
Yeah, I would get a mop on a pole and just wash my neck.
And then imagine if you like grew your hair out really long, so your hair just like came orange. Your long neck.
Long neck Laurel is the greatest thing that has ever come out of this show.
Oh my god, I love it.
Listen, because we have to answer the question, I would go with a trunk for utility reasons. Now back to long neck Laurel.
Yeah, I would go for the trunk too. Because
Really?
it's prehensile. It's like an extra hand.
But it would take up so much of your face.
Who cares?
Trunks are huge. Like, you don't have a top lip anymore, basically.
Yeah, but I can like suck water up there and then spray it at people.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I can eat with it. Just scoop
Shovel,
greens into my mouth.
Food into your mouth.
You know what the irony of this is? Having, with my gigantic neck, having a trunk would actually make my life easier.
Can you get both? Can you do
I kind of need both. I need the trunk so that I can wash my neck.
Oh dear.
I would have to get, like, a helper, I suppose.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
will
not
you
Matt's
tie
fault.
my top
You would
scarf?
you would
My
need
neck's cold.
you would need one of those you know when people get really old or really overweight, they have the grabbing thing.
Yeah.
You would need one of those.
Grabby
Yes, the grabby
sticks.
sticks.
How would I
yeah.
get on the train? I would just stick my head out the window of a car to go anywhere. I need that sunroof so I can just be like,
Yeah.
oh man, my life is hard
It's
now.
really hard, but it's like you're an
It's so much
inspiration. to the
fun.
rest of us. Long neck
But
Laurel.
the view would be so good.
Yeah.
Oh, the sunsets would be that much more beautiful.
You would be able to look down on everyone.
Fuck yeah, I'm the tallest person alive. I'm gonna go fight giraffes.
Yeah, you should just move to the savannah.
Oh, except for if they kick me, I'm dead. I'm still a short giraffe.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
just a tall person.
You're still just a man.
I keep picturing you with a giraffe neck, and it makes me so happy.
It's great. It's a fun time.
It's the best thing in the world.
It's all I needed. Turns
Yeah.
out this whole time. This
I
is
love
what I've been
long neck
looking
Laurel.
for.
I'm so happy.
This was definitely an improvement over the question last week.
Oh, about what does the world look like without war?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
The one that broke
Don't
Adam.
even bring it up. Don't get him started. He's in a happy place.
I know. Don't take this from me, Caitlin.
Yeah, if you ever like try to conceptualize a world without war, just instead think about long neck Laurel.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, it's beautiful. In the worst way possible. It's beautiful.
Do I have spots?
I guess so, yeah.
I honestly just picture where your neck connects to your torso just gets like wide to about your shoulders, and then
Right,
it
and it goes
tapers up into a
Big,
huge
long,
neck.
fleshy
Oh.
neck.
I got a little bean head at the top.
So many necklaces.
So many necklaces. Girl, I'm wearing 14 chokers.
Oh my god.
I need them to hold my grabby stick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have to end the show now because it's not
Yeah,
going to get
yeah.
better than that.
Sorry.
It's not going to get better.
We're ending it early, but on a high note.
Wait, how early? Like a minute?
5 minutes.
Ah, fuck it.
Yeah.
You guys got what you needed.
Yeah. So we'll check back in. So somebody set up a poll on the Discord for the
Thank
Fucked
you.
Phil story.
Oh,
so
no.
we'll check back in on that before we stream next week, and we'll find out which direction we're gonna take it.
Yeah, you have to continue to spin this yarn. This is your experiment. I want you to drive it.
We'll have to come up with a good catchy name for it too.
Yeah, come on.
Get fucked, Phil.
Get fucked,
Get
Phil.
fucked, Phil.
Yeah.
Now I do need to change a little bit to kind of make it all about Phil now, but that's okay. I can manage.
Well, you have a week. You gotta sort it out. Get them
this
pictures.
one's a 3-parter, so it's obviously the question started off as a bit of a shit show, but I'm hoping to make this like a longer form once we get like a proper narrative.
Right. Okay. Well, anyway, thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you next week for the next installment of Get Fucked Phil.
Somebody draw a long neck Laurel.
Somebody please draw a long neck Laurel. We need this in our lives.
And I understand we're all artists, but I'm busy.
But we want you to do it because yours are cute.
Yeah, it's better when you guys do it.
Yeah. Fan art is better than self-produced art.
Totally. No, you can't just draw a picture of yourself and be like, look how great this is.
It's weird.
It is weird.
That's why you gotta get strangers.
As
to do
somebody,
it.
as somebody who had to do a lot of the animation for the show, it's weird to animate yourself. It feels gross.
It's weird to animate your coworkers' butts.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
It sure is. Caitlin, who wrote that bit.
And boarded it.
Worth it. All right. Well, anyway, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Shitty Wizard!